Yeah, I mean, I just, when I saw that sign, I was like, that's literally my mindset for everything. I was sitting in church and I was listening to them speak about the Weekender and how people's lives have been changed at the Weekender. And I was just kind of tired of just being part of the crowd. And I wanted to be part of Mercy Hill Church's family, and I wanted to be part of what God was doing at Mercy Hill. So I decided that in that moment I needed to get connected. So I decided to go to the Weekender. When I walked through the door, I felt so welcomed. I already felt like I was part of their family, and I met great people and I heard great stories, and I just overall had such a great experience. And it was just that night where God just kind of changed my heart posture. And I just had like this overwhelming feeling in my heart of like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready for God to use me. And I just want to continue getting connected and just make a family of this church. But I was too scared to step out of my comfort zone and start serving and start getting connected more. So I didn't end up starting to serve right after the Weekender. Just every Sunday, God just kept filling my heart with this feeling of like, I want more. Like, I want more of you, God. I want you to fill my heart. Like, I want you to use me. I want to get connected. Like, I want to have friends. I want this place to be my family. And it was a couple months ago where I was just sitting there and I was listening to them talk about the Weekender again. And I just remembered my experience at the Weekender and the stories that I heard and the way that people's lives have been changed by just going to the Weekender. And it was in that moment where I just had this overwhelming feeling of like loneliness. And I was just like, okay, you aren't ever going to reach what God has planned for you. And you're never going to make the community and the family that you want if you don't step outside of your comfort zone. So just listening to them talk about the Weekender and just remembering my experience I had at the Weekender, I was like, okay, I'm not going to leave here without talking to somebody. And I got connected with people and I ended up serving a few weeks later. And then I got invited to College Live, and then I met some great people there and they asked me to join their group. So I started community groups. I have just seen my life just change drastically, from not being connected and being too scared to being connected to finally pushing myself out of my comfort zone and my life just changing so fast in front of me. I just think about that, like, if I never went to the Weekender, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And because of the community pouring into me, I have made a decision that in the next couple months, I'm gonna be starting residency at Mercy Hill Church. So for the next 2 years, I am gonna just devote my life to working for Mercy Hill and just discipling college students in college ministry. And just a couple months ago, if you asked me what I would be doing, I would have never said this. And I just remembered all the times that I've prayed for God to use me. I would just say, God, use me, use me, use me. Just open the doors for me. Help me be comfortable in the uncomfortable. And looking back, I'm like, okay, I have known God my entire life. And it wasn't until I started going to Mercy Hill and I went to the Weekender and I started getting connected where I started actively pursuing him. And Mercy Hill has just completely changed my life for the better. And I realized that I was made for so much more.